Hello guys, my name is Rahul. I'm going to show you about the double English. Let's get into the video. First, we are going to actually see about the single English. In single English, we have two parts. One is data, and another is link. In the data part, we have actually going to store the data, and at the link part, we are going to store the address of the next node, which is also called as next. This is basically about the double single linked list. When you look upon the double linked list, it actually has three parts. It is not present in the single linked list. Single linked list actually has two parts, but the double linked list has three parts. One is link one data and link two. In link one, they have actually going to store the address of the previous node, and in link two, we are actually going to store the address of the next node, and data we are going to actually store the data. This is all about the double linked list. In double linked list, we have advantage that we can move in both directions. That is, we can move forward, and actually we can also move in backward. This is not actually present in single linked list. In single linked list, we can actually move in one direction, but double linked list we can go in both directions. That is the main advantage of the concept of double linked list. This is actually the structure of the double linked list. In double linked list, there are in this image we have actually four nodes, and we have to we have to consider that we have it is a main condition in the linked list that the first node, that is the head node, actually the in the head node the previous part, the previous box is always going to be there, and in the last node the next section is always going to be the null. That is the main condition of the double linked list. Let's move on to the program. Here I have already written the program for double linked with basic operations such as insert beginning, insert last, insert beginning, and delete last, and also the another additional function is nothing but the displaying all the elements in a linked list. Here I am actually including the two header files, and actually in this part I am just declaring the user derived data type struct, and I have given the name variable as node, and this I have already told that double linked list has three parts. One is data. Here where I have declared the data which is an integer type. Another two is previous and next. Here I am declaring the previous and next variable. Next variable as pointer variable of the user derived data type, that is nothing but the stack node, and I'm also deriving the head, which is another pointer variable which is of data type stack node. And also I have function. This is nothing but the function declaration. Uh, this is basically the five basic functions that they have already told, and I have also given that I have also mentioned that in five functions I have not included in the data type, and I have not passed any parameters. Moving on to the main method, I'm just declaring the choice variable which is of type integer, and then this yeah, giving the switch case inside the while loop, this is basically used to perform that is give a user experience which the user can choose which function they are going to perform. And actually if the user enters one, it actually choice one. If it basically does it basically executes a function inside the insert beginning function. It does basically about this. And I also declared the default statement, that is the basic syntax of the switch statement, that is all about the main method. Going on to the important section, that is nothing but the function definition. First function we are going to see about the insert beginning. In insert beginning, actually we are going to insert an node at the beginning of the linked list. For that I have declared pointer variable b of type of data type stuff node, and I have also declared the int item with an integer of the name item. It actually stores data given by the user. And I have also said that p equal to start node is nothing. This line is nothing but just allocating some memory with the help of the malloc function, just memory allocation. And I am also saying that if p equal to this overflow condition, that what basically does. And this else part becomes the most important part in insert beginning function. Here I have just Here I'm just taking I was just declare, you can see I can just declare the integer of item, integer with name item, and just printing the enter the item value and just collecting the data from the user. And this part is nothing but yeah, I'm just basically perform the creating operation, which is nothing but if you want to do any operations like insert, beginning, anything, you have to, the basic thing you have to do is just have to create an at least one node in a linked list. This was basically done with the help of this lines of code. Here I am just saying head equal to null, because the head should be null, because not no other node is going to is created, not yet created it at this time. So I'm just saying if head equal to null, I'm just saying p of next equal to null and p of previous equal to null. I'm just giving these both values null, because I'm just this and if this condition satisfied, it is going to be that there is no not yet added in this linked list, which means that if there is only one node is present, then there is not going to linking of another node with previous and next. So that's why I'm giving that p of next equal to null and p of previous equal to null. And that's inserting the data, which is nothing but p of data equal to item, where I am just creating getting the item value of item from here from the user, and just storing the p to a variable head, which means that in this double linked list we have to understand the main concept that the topmost element, the topmost node of a linked list must be called as must be stored in the head variable. Then what understood I am basically that here. And this health part is going to be the crucial part, because most of the time we are going to, if we want to insert a note at the beginning, we are going to this block of the code is most of the time executed, rather than and this part is executed only if we are creating a node at the first time. So here I am saying that pf data equal to, I am just storing the pf item to pf data, and I'm also saying that the previous equal to null. And because I am just saying p of previous equal to null, because when I am adding an node to another node, this node when this node going to be the head. Here I am saying that, but you can see that later. So I have given the P of previous equal to null, because I have previously said the condition when if the node in the topmost element in a linked list, the previous should be null, and the last node in the linked list, the next should be null. That's the main condition. That's why I am giving a P of previous equal to null, and I am just saying P of next equal to it, and I'm just swapping up the condition. That's just in this two lines of code. I'm just linking the head node and the first node, and I'm saying that the head equal to p, and I'm saying that printf, that's nothing but I'm just printing the node is inserted, just giving a message to the user. That's all about the inserting at the beginning. When we are moving to the insert at last, and see this part I have already explained. And also this part, this is basically creating an node of a node, running this for the first time. This part executes it. It's basically same as the as I have explained in the insert beginning function. So this part is going to be the plays a major role, and inserting element at the last. You have to understand the concept, like when you're going to insert an element at the last, so it moves, the flow moves to the last node of the linked list. So I'm just saying in this part I'm just getting the information data from the user, and I'm storing it in P of data, and I'm saying I'm just storing the head in the temporary variable temp, and this while loop comes. If this while loop executes, it does not. It simply does what does means it just moves the head position from the top to the last. That it all does. Okay. So I'm just saying temp of next not equal to null. I'm just moving the temporary variable pointer variable to the next position. That it all does. Once these condition is executed, it comes to the last node of the linked list, which means that I have already said the last node of the linked list should be null. So I'm just saying temp of next equal to p, and p of prev equal to temp. I'm just linking the last node and before that node with using this two lines of code, and I'm saying the p of next equal to null. The p of next equal to null because I have already said that last node should contain the next part. It should be null, and just I have printed the printf that node is inserted and just giving the message to the user. And next we are going to the function delete at beginning, and this part I have already explained. And I have given head equal to the printf underflow condition. This underflow condition means that if there is no node created in the linked list, then how can we delete an node? That's what it means. So I am giving if head equal to null means there should be overflow condition, and I have in this part of code is nothing but it's just deleting the node, deleting the node when actually we are when there is only one node in a linked list. This block of code will execute. That's what all it does. And yeah, I'm saying the condition that if head of next equal to null means the head of next equal to null means there is only one node that that node not should not link to the other node. So I'm saying that a head of next equal to null. So I'm just head equal to null, and I'm just freeing the head variable head space, memory allocated space. I'm just saying that the node is deleted. In the end, this sales part plays a major role in deleting function at beginning. I'm just storing the head variable in a p variable. I'm just saying head equal to head of next, and I'm just moving the head position to the another node, and I'm saying that head of prev equal to null. I'm just deleting the previous this topmost node, and just freeing up the space of the variable previous is nothing but topmost node. And just the that's the operation completes about the delete at beginning. It basically does. And we are going to move on to the delete last function. In this part I have already explained before. This sales part becomes more important because in this if this block is executed, that means that I'm going to delete an element at the last. Okay, so I'm just saying just storing the head in the variable p, and I'm just this block of code I have already explained before. What this block of code simply does, it just moves the head from the first position to the last position and deletes it. That's all. This while loop just moves the head position from the last position. So it all does, and says that p of prev equal then the next position equal to the next, which means that I am deleting the last element and freeing up the space of the last element. That's all about the delete last function. And the last function is going to be the display function. So in this function I am just displaying the all elements in the linked list, that is the data. I'm saying struct node pointer variable. I'm just declaring the pointer variable p, and if I'm saying p equal to, I'm just assigning the head to p variable. I'm just saying p not equal to null, the print data, and p equal to p of next. So it actually prints the value while the condition is given that p of not equal to null, because we have to know that. It's all about the full code. Let's run the demo so that you can actually understand more. Wait a minute. Here it comes. So I actually printed the main menu, and also given the choose option from the following, that is insert at beginning, insert at last, delete at beginning, delete at last display. First I'm going to insert an element. So I am pressing the option 1. I'm just saying the element value as 12, and also I'm going to insert element that is going to be the second element. I'm just going giving the value as 13. Another time I am going to press 1 so that I am going to insert the value at the beginning. I'm just going and saying value as 14. Now I have added three elements to the linked list. So I am going to press option 2, so, which means that I am going to insert a node in the last. I'm just giving the what the value I can give. Let's give 45. So I'm going to print the value of the linked list. Let's see what happens. It shows the four values that I have entered. This value I have entered at the beginning, and this value I have entered at the last. You can see before. Now what I'm going to do is to the delete the element at the first and delete the element at the last. Let's see what happens. The answer should be, obviously the answer should be 13 12. Let's see what happens. So I am going to delete the element at the last, so I am just entering t. So it shows the node is deleted, which means that this part is deleted. Okay, and just I'm saying deleting at last. So I am pressing the fourth option, and it says node is deleted, which means that this part is deleted. So the answer should be, if I print the display function, if we call the display function, the answer should be 39 and 12, which must be in the linked list. Let's see what happens. Let's say print 5. Yeah, it shows. This is what basically about the linked list. Thank you for watching this video.